If you're allowed to speak on this, what do you think of Nintendo killing Yuzu yesterday? So I'm gonna be honest. I actually have no idea. I saw the news, but I
What
actually
happened?
don't know what Yuzu is. Nintendo Switch emulator. Um, I guess this is a bigger question, if anything. Like, is the term like instance of emulators and whatnot? Um, I don't know what
Oh
my
wow.
stance is really on this. To be honest, like I am all for like software pers- uh, preservation and that stuff. I feel like the fact that like I want games to exist forever and that stuff. I don't know if I agree that emulation is the way to go in that regard though, but I definitely see the point of it. Like because you can preserve consoles and you can preserve
Mm.
hardware in other ways than emulation. Emulation is the easiest option, of course. Um, so like in that regard, I think it's a bit problematic when like Nintendo just shuts down an emulator, but they're also shutting it on an emulator of their active console, and I kind of understand why they do that. Like, I don't agree with people that like just want to play like Tears of the Kingdom in 60 FPS. I don't think that's a good
Mm.
enough reason to be emulating that game. And like the whole thing, whether emulation is legal or not, I think like as far as I know, it is legal when you own the copy and you actually make the emulation ROM yourself. But nobody does that.
Yeah.
So like emulation by itself isn't bad by itself, but I think like you have to know the circumstance here, and I don't think the Nintendo Switch isn't a dead console in the same way that like Super Nintendo and like Nintendo are. So like I'm kind of torn on this. I don't have like a good like real opinion on this. I feel like because I don't feel like I don't know how I feel about this.
I think yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
No, I was just gonna say like I think bottom line, yeah, like the perks of Yuzu being around, or well, having been around, I guess, until yesterday. Then I missed this completely, by the way, also. Um, the perks right now are probably outweighed by the fact that it makes it quite easy to, like you mentioned, pirate something that is quite active right now. I mean, if the Switch was like 20 years old at this point, then yeah, maybe archiving that and preserving that is a novel move. But
Yeah.
right now,
It,
it's
it,
way
it
too easy to actually like enter current gaming through piracy. But
it's tricky because like it touches on so many subjects though. It's
yeah,
not just like emulation, it's also like piracy,
for
like
sure.
stance of piracy, like and that stuff.
Yeah.
So like this shit is tricky as hell, and this is just my personal opinion, of course. Like so
This is a 1 hour YouTube discussion.
yeah. I don't agree with a lot of Nintendo's like pretty hardcore like shutting down, like mentioned here, like shutting down like Smash competitions.
Oh yeah.
And like I don't know, I don't think they sell the 3DS, and I think they shut down the 3DS emulator as well. And I don't know how I feel about that. So like it's tricky. I understand why they did it. Like in this particular case, like it makes sense that they don't want there to be a Switch emulator out there. But like I also believe in, you should be able to tinker with the stuff that you buy, and like
Yeah.
I feel like an emulator is sort of that. It's the whole distribution that I think is the bigger problem. Because like copyright happens when you copy something, right? So it's like the distribution of ROMs and the distribution of like software that is supposed to run on hardware that they're still selling. Like that's where sort of the whole issue lies, I guess. So
And many of the very good solutions are also like way too just inefficient or expensive for the relevant companies to engage with. AKA like maybe providing all that themselves and keeping that pristine and clean and not
Yeah.
just left to die and rot. Among other solutions, but yeah.
yeah,